Hello, Leo. This is your extended reading. So it seems like the cards here in the extended are showing me it's like the minutes or the moments after the show ends, which remember, it's like before you know it, right? You have accomplished a really complex thing, right? Your act was not just an act of bravery, right? But was an act that you have been preparing your entire life and rehearsing and getting ready to, be on stage and show it to the world. So here we have, yes, a sense of, okay, I've done it. And with this card that is opening up, which is the Nine of Wands, and this card to me, often comes with the message of this path of flowers. Actually, it was reminding me of the image that I saw with the Sun card, right? Being the sunflower, that it's always turned towards the sun, right? And it's also like this connection about how different time feels, because with the Eight of Wands in the first part, it was like it's almost like in your mind or in your perceptual field, right? While you were presenting your show, right? It's like you were performing with such natural ability, right? Because you have practice, but because it's your gift, maybe. It's like time flew by, really flew by. With the Nine of Wands, it's almost like when it's over, you are looking back at it in your mind, and it's almost like you were wishing you could have had time to smell the flowers. This is what I heard with the Nine of Wands. Time to smell the flowers, on this path of flowers, of sunflowers, you being, this one in the center. So it's like this perception was maybe sped up because you were maybe a little bit worried of how people would receive, or how you would be seen by others. So it's almost like you didn't see yourself in it. It's almost like you were just, when we have some sort of like such a flow moment that you don't realize that you're doing something, and when you finish, it's like, oh my god, that was really me, I really did that. It's like there is a little bit of a surprise, because it's almost like you remove yourself out of this experience, right? Which is, some sort of coping mechanism. But here with the Nine of Wands, it's almost like you're looking back at it, right? Just moments when, after it's finished, and you're, just not judging yourself or blaming yourself or anything like that. It's almost like just this thought of, oh, I wish I could have, just taken a little longer to smell the flowers and to enjoy the moment, instead of wanting to rush it to the end, which I don't feel like you were doing on purpose. It's almost like it was just an instinctual thing, right? So the thing about you wanting to smell the flowers, right, and wanting to enjoy your time, right, rather than, wanting it to be over as soon as possible. With the Five of Pentacles coming next, this is more or less the, remember the X mark that was, marking your spot on the stage, right? That, the King of Cups in the first part, was giving you the cue and the steps towards this, very simple mark on the floor, trying to really, 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 just do not just not complicate things, like really, really keep it simple, just to not overwhelm you, Leo. So with this Five of Pentacles here, the mark is there and you're standing over it. It's almost like when it's over, you are back to the spot, but now it's no big deal, right? It doesn't carry the weight or the responsibility, right, that you were giving this spot in the beginning. It's almost like you knew it was a big deal from the beginning, because it could be like, life changing from that perspective. But after it's over, it's almost like you go back to that spot and it's just an X mark with tape on the floor, right? It's really no big deal, because it's almost like, so the entire message here is really beautiful because, well, I'm going to show you the card even though it's coming a little bit later. This Page of Wands is like the one here in the center, right? Wanting to smell the flowers and do it again. It's like, I really can hear you say, oh, but that was so much fun. I really want to do that again. I'm not afraid anymore. And it's really cute, and it's like very innocent, but it's also very joyful. It's very uplifting, and I feel like you are energized because it's almost like you have seen, you know, what you have accomplished with, you know, a lot. Like, I'm seeing like graceful movements, right, on stage, and, you know, making these traces on the floor, but it's like weaving your story, or maybe, you know, weaving your own destiny on the stage of your life, but in a way that when it ends, you know, when the pressure is over, it's like you can see yourself fulfilling this role and being on the spot and really taking over this thing, right, that you have been rehearsing. But it's almost like now you're saying to yourself, I can do this. This is my place, right? This is my spot. And this is really beautiful because these two cards that are coming next, it's almost like a nod. Not only, well, yes, from the universe, because it's almost like I can hear the universe really proud of you, but maybe from somebody that, you know, maybe is this one, right? I was really, because we have the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So actually this combination of two cards was talking about an act of love, right? That's what I heard with these two cards. But actually I was a little bit confused if this queen was the same person as the king that was giving you the cue to, you know, the steps towards your own mark on the stage, right? Before you left the backstage. But actually it was coming through much more as another person, and maybe they are, you know, your parents, maybe they are, you know, friends, maybe they are, I don't know, your sponsors or whoever they are, or clients. It's like, it's almost like they feel you. It's like they really, well, first of all, they really love you, right? They really see how much of yourself you put in it and how much you have been training. It's almost like they saw from day one, right, your full potential. It's like, it's almost like they were the ones, you know, because they are coming from the water realm, right, being cups. It's like they were the ones watering your sunflower so you could shine brightly, right, and get to this point where you are seen. Not only they can see you, but, you know, the entire audience can see you. Maybe the entire world can see you, right? So here it's like, it's almost like it's almost like they're the ones that have had access to the backstage, that could give you, you know, those final words of support that you needed before you took on stage. But when you finish and you see yourself as like in your rightful place, right, taking over what is yours, it's like, it's almost like you can see, right, on the, you know, maybe on the front row, or, you know, in the very first seat that you see, you make eye contact with this one, maybe a mother figure, or maybe somebody that you just really consider their opinion and, you know, their support. And it's almost like they're saying, I told you, which is so gorgeous, because it's like they're giving all of their heart to you, but you can, it's almost like, here, Leo, this Ace of Cups was talking about the act of love, not only from them. So maybe this is a reason why I'm saying maybe they were the supporters since the beginning, when you were just a little seed, right, before you became this beautiful sunflower that others now are seeing and recognizing. But it's like maybe they made sacrifices, right? Maybe they had to, you know, really, it's almost like I'm seeing they're pulling out their hearts, right? So maybe they had to remove something to give away something in order for you to, I'm just getting chills. is like really emotional, maybe because this is your destiny and they saw your potential since the beginning. But it's more than that, because this act of love, because of this heart here, it's almost like when you step into your rightful place and you're no longer ashamed of it or afraid of it, you're just really stepping into your role, right? Stepping into your destiny and wishing you could just enjoy it more, right? It's like, yes, you can smell the flowers, but it's like you can also value and honor the sacrifices of those people who helped you since the beginning, who supported you since the beginning. And this is so beautiful. This is really, really gorgeous. And so here, after this Ace of Cups, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which, you know, it's doubling the energy of the Five of Pentacles. So actually, this Ten of Pentacles was talking about the rightful places of these two. So they knew that their role, in a sense, or their destiny, or their just whatever they came to do, right? Whatever they were born to do, it's to water, was and is to water your seed, your sunflower. And Leo, they are richer because of that, and so are you, right? Because now you are the one, it's almost like now you're the one who have finally found why you're here, or have really stepped into what you were always meant to step into, and to just fulfill this destiny. So it's almost like they knew that you were on the right path. And this was, well, this card came through with the word enriching, but it's almost like the enrichment only comes from the tangible experience, from the direct experience. It's almost like your body has to be in that spot, in that mark, on the stage, doing the choreography or whatever it was, your act, right? And maybe it was, you know, an act of love, because it's like all of your senses are so, you know, remember, time passed on really differently while you were doing this. So after you're done, it's like you can see more than just the faces of those people who supported you since the beginning. It's like you can see their heart, you can feel their heart. And this is something that it's more than just fulfilling what you are meant to fulfill, right? Or to, you know, find your place in the world, or find what you're supposed to do in this lifetime. It's more than that. It's like valuing the sacrifices, valuing all of the emotional undertaking, right? The good and the bad. It's like all of the emotional waves that were there, not only on your part, but on the part of these two, whoever they are. So this part of the like enrichment that now you feel in your skin, it's like it's in your bones, it's in your DNA, it's like physically embedded in you, right? It's something that they had already experienced when they gave everything they could, when they gave all their love to dedicate this lifetime, perhaps their lifetime, to really enrich your life, to maybe, you know, provide you with whatever resources you needed to become the sunflower that now you are, right? And this is gorgeous, because this is where I feel like you leave the stage wanting to do it again, right? So after the Ten of Pentacles, which I can see, like, it's almost like they are the ones, you know, the King of Cups is still, you know, backstage waiting for you. And as soon as you finish and you go back to that X mark on the stage, right, the initial point where you started your whole performance, is like they're the ones who come and hug you. You know, this is the first person that you really just connect with after your show is over, right? And they are the ones who are going to follow you, you know, backstage again. It's almost like I'm seeing you here really happy and them following you, because it's almost like they're happy. They are, you know, just emotional because finally you have found what is like to have found your mission, your destiny, right? So this is the part of the enrichment. And it's like when you get to the backstage again, right? When, you know, a few moments or maybe hours, who knows, you know, this King of Cups gave you the 6 steps, you know, or the 3 steps, right? Being, you know, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. It's like they were the ones who were there encouraging you and, you know, just really simplifying the steps just to not overwhelm you more. And when you get back to the stage, to backstage, it's like it's almost like you're a kid again, right? You're happy, you enjoyed it, it's fun, it's very like, it's just happy times, right? Moments to celebrate. And it's not like there is this desire on you being the page, right? Being the page of wands. It's like, yes, the desire to smell those flowers again, you being one of them. It's like, yes, it is there, but it's almost like not only go back in time, right? Because this was almost like looking back to what you have done and saying, oh wow, I wish I could have, you know, taken longer so I could enjoy it more. But this is like, I want to do it again and again and again and again and again. It's like, it's never ending. It's like this enthusiasm that just flows you, that just overflows you with joy, right? And ending here with the 6 of Cups. This is, you know, the contribution that not only this King of Cups has given you, right? But also the Queen of Cups with this Ace of Cups. It's like their gift was just much more than just very simple words of support or, you know, steps to follow. It's like their incredible, like just their desire to give all that they had, which was mainly like emotional support and, you know, their heart. This was the reason why now when you go backstage again, the enthusiasm comes not only from wanting to experience it again, but it's because you know that the steps that you were given in a moment where all you needed was a very simple guidance and you received it, right? You were shown the few steps that you had to take to get to the place that you were always meant to get. And you were shown it with a lot of love, a lot of kindness, a lot of support and generosity. And this is what you will carry. This is the part of the real enrichment of this experience for you, Leo. It's like what you're going to take after this moment, after this presentation, this performance, this act of love, right? That you're absorbing and recognizing even more. It's that the steps forward, right? That simple guidance that you receive from the King of Cups in the first part, that will be in your memory. It's like it's in this storage, this very special storage in your memory, because it's not stored in your brain, it's stored in your heart. And this is something that whenever you have to do it again, or whenever you desire to do it again, to go through this performance again and to, you know, just fulfill your role, fulfill your destiny, this is something that you will always remember. Like you will carry it close to your heart, and it will always bring you the sense of like just tranquility, right? And simple, like a simple step-by-step guidance, right? That you just have to follow in order to fulfill your destiny over and over, and how many times you wish, right? So this is really beautiful. So let's see what the astrological runes have to add as a final guidance for you, Leo. I almost thought that the sun would come up, but actually it came through Uranus. And Uranus is a very unpredictable planet, really, in astrology. It really brings, revolution and big changes and big transformations, things that are like a radical change. It's almost like a day to night kind of change. But it's unpredictable, right? It's something that comes as a surprise. But the real surprise to me that Uranus is bringing as a final guidance to you, Leo, is your perception when it ends. Like maybe before you do it, right? Your fear was, just taking over, and you needed those final words of advice or final guidance to really go through with it. Otherwise, maybe your fear would really take over despite your preparation. But because it went so fast and it was so naturally, like so flawless, so beautiful, and like so complete, right? It's like you really astonished the audience, but you really astonished yourself. And I feel like your enthusiasm to do it more, it's almost like you can handle whatever tsunami comes your way, right? Even if it's a wave of fear. So this is what Uranus is talking about. It's like learning how to navigate even under turbulent situations, or under rough seas or rough conditions, even if it's coming from inside, even if it's coming from your own internal fear of wondering who's going to be there, who's not going to be there, are they going to judge me, are they going to criticize me. So putting that aside, it's like really letting go of the dark clouds and letting go of the really rough wind, and knowing that how to navigate naturally. It's like that is something that is the real transformation, right? Is you stepping into your destiny and fulfilling what you were always meant to fulfill in this lifetime. And this is the surprise that may come as something that you didn't expected, or you didn't think it was possible, because while you were rehearsing, you never got to the point of really achieving this or arriving in this part, right? It was always to the point that you were just doing your presentation, but with nobody watching, or nobody there in the audience really just admiring your steps. So now that you have that experience and it's embedded in your body, it's like now the transformation is complete. Now this radical shift that is bringing you all of this enthusiasm and this just this desire to go through it again, right? And again and again and again. I feel like it's something that will bring you a lot of like authenticity. It's like your unique self is shining through, right? And it's surprising you beautifully, Leo. So that is really, really gorgeous. I really just love that reading. So I hope this was insightful for you, Leo. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.